This is breaking news.
A New York State police trooper is currently recovering in the hospital after being shot by a suspect overnight in Nassau County. Police at this hour are still searching for the gunman. New York State Police holding a press conference right now with the latest information and the current condition of that officer. Let's listen in.
Commander, we feel lucky and we certainly feel blessed that state trooper who was shot just before midnight did not have a life-threatening injury. But at the same time, we're extremely concerned that the violent individual who perpetrated this crime is still on the loose. Rest assured, we will not stop until the person is in custody. Last night, around 11:45 p.m., Trooper Thomas Macia was patrolling westbound on the Southern State Parkway, just east of Exit 17 in West Hempstead, when he spotted a black sedan parked in the median, left side of the roadway. Trooper Macia, who became a state trooper in 2019, pulled up behind the sedan, and he made a note of the license plate number, and he got out of his patrol vehicle. As he approached the rear of the suspect vehicle, he heard several pops and realized that he was wounded in his right leg. Trooper Macia then retreated to cover behind his patrol vehicle as the sedan that he initially approached fled the scene. He was able to retrieve his first aid bag and tend to his own wounds. Within minutes, other troopers began to arrive at the scene, and one of them transported Trooper Macia to the Nassau County Medical Center for further treatment. Now, as I mentioned, Trooper Macia's wounds were not deemed to be life-threatening, but it's too soon to determine what kind of recovery he will endure. He underwent surgery a short time ago as he was struck by what is believed to be a .22 caliber round in his right quadricep in the vicinity near his knee. We're conducting an all-out search for the suspect vehicle, and we're asking for the public's help. In that regard, the vehicle, described as a black sedan, most likely a Dodge Charger with a temporary New Jersey tag of 997636T as in Tom. The vehicle also has a custom matte gray exhaust tip on each side. We're asking anyone who remembers seeing the vehicle when it was parked in the median prior to the incident, and if they saw it driving at a high rate of speed away from the scene, or any other time before or thereafter, to contact the state police immediately. Troop L Farmingdale, 631-756-3300. Someone who is willing to fire a gun at a law enforcement officer is most certainly a dangerous individual. So in order to ensure the safety of the public, we would like to get that person in custody as soon as possible. And one note I might add, we do not have body-worn camera footage of the vehicle shooting ideally itself, or particularly of the vehicle. The cameras, body-worn cameras, they're designed to activate automatically when a full light bar on the patrol car is activated. However, in this instance, Trooper Macia, he activated his rear lights as soon as he saw visible oncoming traffic. His camera did activate when he unholstered his weapon with regard to intended self-defense following the shooting. But at this time, the suspect vehicle, as indicated, had fled. I simply want to thank the Nassau County Police Department and the New York City Police Department for their ongoing assistance in this regard. And at this juncture, I would like to introduce to you Major Udis, who will address further particulars with regard to this investigation. Major?
Thank you, Superintendent. As the Superintendent stated, I'm Major Steve Udis, the Troop L Long Island Troop Commander. I want to thank the Superintendent and the New York State Police Executive Committee from Albany for their support and their presence here today. I want to thank the ongoing outstanding effort by the many members of the numerous specialized units of the New York State Police that have joined us in this investigation, and those units are way too many to list. I want to thank the Nassau County Police Department, the NYPD, and the many federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies from the surrounding tri-state area that have reached out to me to offer their assistance. As the superintendent mentioned, Trooper Messia was on routine patrol last evening at approximately 11:45 p.m. on the Southern State Parkway, westbound, in between exits 17 and 18 in the town of Hempstead, which is in Nassau County. Trooper Messia stopped to help what appeared to be a stranded motorist. That motorist was operating what we believe is a later model, dark-colored Dodge Charger with rear tinted windows and a temporary New Jersey registration of 997636, T as in Tom. Trooper Messia's desire was to help someone that appeared to need assistance. Unfortunately, Trooper Messia's good intentions were met with unexpected gunshots directed at him from a coward who, without any provocation or good cause, began to shoot at him. Unfortunately, Trooper Messia was struck, but he was able to remove himself from that line of fire and retreat to the troop car. Trooper Messia did not have an opportunity to return any fire because the unidentified suspect immediately fled the scene, traveling in a westerly direction on the Southern State Parkway, heading towards exit 17, towards New York City. Trooper Messia then called for assistance and applied a tourniquet to himself to limit the amount of bleeding. Luckily for us, the injuries to Trooper Messia are non-life-threatening. I want to thank the Nassau University Medical Center for their prompt, expeditious, and professional attention provided to Trooper Messia. I would like to share that it is my belief that anyone that would target a law enforcement officer whose primary purpose is to keep all of us safe is one of the most dangerous individuals in our society. For this reason, we will aggressively pursue every lead with the full intention of identifying, locating, and apprehending the suspect responsible for this cowardly act. We're going to accept and take advantage of all the assistance we have been offered by the many federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies, and we're going to work tirelessly on this investigation. I want to thank all of those agencies for your offer to assist and let you know we will be taking many of you up on those offers. We're also going to ask that the public join us in this effort. And as an added benefit, for any member of the public that so rightly chooses to help, we've partnered with the Suffolk County Crime Stoppers, who have graciously offered to start with a $5,000 reward for anyone that provides information that leads to the arrest and conviction of the suspect responsible for this cowardly act. I would encourage anyone that has any information to share, no matter how inconsequential you may think that information to be, to contact the New York State Police at 631-756-3300. Please keep in mind that it is often small pieces of information gathered that ultimately leads to big results. So please do not discount the value of any information that you may have. We know that there's people out there that likely have information to share. For anyone that may have been traveling on the Southern State Parkway westbound last night at approximately 11:45 p.m. and may have observed a dark-colored Dodge Charger or similar type vehicle, please step forward and pass that information on to us at 631-756-3300. I'm going to open it up to questions, but now that I've spoken about my prepared remarks, now I'm going to speak to the heart to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Last night we had a trooper. This trooper, his one and only intention was to help someone who appeared to need help. He got out of his troop car, he walked to this car with the full intentions of helping them. And he became a target for them. They started firing rounds at him. This is unacceptable. And we all need to recognize that if someone that will target one of those that is out there to keep all of us safe, he is or she is of great danger to every single one of us. And I am imploring the public, if you have any information, please forward us. It is imperative that we remove this individual from the streets of our society. At this time, I'm going to open this up to any questions, but I also want everybody to be well aware this is an ongoing investigation. I'm going to do my best to answer your questions, but also bear with me. There's certain things I won't be able to answer.
Major, two things. First off, can we just spell the trooper's name?
M-A-S-C-I-A. Thomas, yes. 27 years old.
And second, you just mentioned them. We need to get them off the streets. Was there multiple individuals in the vehicle? If so, how many?
We don't have any information to indicate that there's multiple people in the car.
So at this point, you guys believe you're looking for one individual?
Possibly, yes.
And do you believe that individual is a male?
We do not know, and we don't have any information to confirm the sex of that suspect at this time.
There's NYPD, are you guys coordinating with them? You know, if they drove into New York City, cameras, stuff like that?
We are working closely with NYPD. We are working closely with Nassau County PD. We are working closely with our federal partners. We are working closely with state police agencies in the surrounding tri-state area, local police departments. The number of police departments that are engaged with us in this investigation is way too many to list. But yes, to answer your question, is NYPD one of them? Yes.
Sir, does it make it more difficult to know that it's a temporary paper plate to be able to monitor the whereabouts of?
Yes, that has become a challenge, but we're working around that, and we're doing our best. So, and that's why it is so important in this investigation that we gain the assistance of everybody. It is our belief that there are people out there that have information, and any little bit of information that that you may have that you can share with us could be of great assistance. And I implore people to please forward that information.
You perhaps answered it already, but the trooper was not able to give any identifying information about the occupants of the vehicle.
Not any clear information. No, it all happened so quickly. And again, our trooper was moving up to this car with the intentions of helping them, and gunfire erupted in his direction.
About how far away from the vehicle was he?
Not very far, less than a car length.
And how many shots were fired at the trooper?
I can tell you it was multiple. I don't know how many at this point.
Do we know if the window was rolled down when shots were fired?
We believe that the driver's window on the suspect vehicle was rolled down.
And no words were exchanged, right, between?
No.
Is it typical that the trooper would be by himself or without a partner at that hour, or is that just generally speaking?
Yes, at that hour it is typical for a trooper to be riding alone.
Did the trooper fire at all? Any gunshots by the trooper?
I'm sorry?
Any gunshots by the trooper? You said he got on horse.
No, the trooper did not return any fire.
And the driver shot at the trooper from within the car?
Correct.
You mentioned on the left side, so he's westbound, that would be on the right side, correct?
The vehicle was on the westbound lanes in the left-hand shoulder, partially in the shoulder, partially in the roadway.
How long has the trooper been here, Troop L?
He's been assigned here for over a year.
Okay, because there was a report about a trooper, Messia, who was injured in 2022 in another incident upstate. Do you know anything about that? Or?
I don't have any information to support that.
I want to know, Governor Hochul, Haku's not here, haven't heard anything on the news about her singing about this year?
Governor Hochul has shared her concern. I know that she has requested and will be speaking with the trooper if she hasn't done so already. We've been engaged in this very large-scale investigation, as I'm sure you're well aware. I myself have seen the trooper, but I do know for a fact that Governor Hochul has reached out. I don't know if the superintendent has any further information, but I do know she has clearly expressed her concern.
The nature of the surgery that he had today, can you just be a little more specific about what kind of surgery?
No, I can't get into that.
Can you say at all what his mood was when you spoke to him?
He was alert, he was conscious, and I think that he was very happy to be able to share some moments with us after this very frightful experience for him.
Is he married? Does he have a wife? Or?
I'm not going to get into his personal relationship.
That's all for questions.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming today.
This has been Breaking News.